Hey. Brrr. Well, there are several stories actually. Where I lived before, there was this guy, his wife, and a couple of kids. He used to call me Little Devil. She thought the kids named me for the cartoon character Tasmanian Devil, but the daughter says neither. She says I used to have tufts of hair that resembled horns growing in front of my ears. So that's where that came from. Eh, I really don't care. These new folks try to change it to Devon. But once you're used to something, it's hard to change. I think it was hard for them though to try to remember. They usually just call me Dev for short anyway, so it don't matter. Really though, just call me when you're dishing the food. Nah, not really. I don't know. Human years, cat years. I think it's probably somewhere around 17-ish in human years. I really don't know. It's been a long time since I've been a little kitten, though. So, it is what it is. Well, that's kind of a tough one. I was outside, so, neighbor claimed me as theirs, but they just put food out for me and a bunch of other cats. Don't get me wrong, I appreciated it. But basically, I went wherever I wanted, though. I stayed within a 3 acre or so range, the house that put food out, and their neighbors, one on each side. Yeah, that's alright. Well, what's a cat to do? You can't choose what happens to you a lot of times. Stuff just happens. You deal. The neighbor to the east used to let me in sometimes during the cold weather. The neighbor to the west always showed me attention and looked out for me. And then, they took me in. Well, the original folks next door got a divorce and left. Us outside cats had to fend for ourselves. Most of the other cats left. Not me. I'm more of a homebody, I guess. Always have been. Been here about 10 years. Didn't see a need to go someplace else. Born and raised right here. It's my home. The neighbor to the west, who I said always looked after me, started putting food out when she saw me getting real thin. She even got me a dog glue. What kind of word is that anyway? We called it the cat house. Well, no self-respecting cat would live in a dog glue, would they? Sounds like an outhouse for dogs. Anyway, she put some nice bedding in it come winter, food, water, and me time. She'd sit with me for about half an hour in the morning and half an hour in the evening. Oh, how I longed for those moments each day. Hey, us cats are not the loners folks like to make us out to be. We like companionship. We get lonely. When I saw her coming to feed me, I ran to her. Oh, yeah. Well, gotta protect the old territory and the gals. Not to mention keep the youngins under control, teach 'em some respect for their elders. Yeah, it's no big deal. The eye was a real pain for a couple of years, constant infections, always draining and stuff. Yeah, I was not asked about them either. Well, after they shaved one side of my entire face, they had to pull my lower eyelid down because it had rolled inward when my eye healed from that fight injury. They said the eyelashes were rubbing against my eye. Well, duh! I could have told you that. Anyway, they cut some skin and sewed it back together, put in some itchy stitches, and there you go. Been a few years now, so all's good. A kitty what? Well, how do you think? One day you're a guy feeling all big and lion like, ready for a fight and a gal. You take a nap, snip snip, wake up, no more lying, just a big old pussy cat. All I gotta say is, why wasn't I involved in that conversation? To be honest, not as much as I thought I would. I mean, there's some gals here, but they're all hissy. Hmm, not really. I don't think I mind that. Didn't really like it much. I mean, some folks would say I was quite the fighter, but no, take it or leave it. There's some youngins here always trying to get a slap in here and there. I'll slap 'em back when need be. There's another fella here, Teddy. He's a year older than me. He's basically the top cat. Nope, and I don't want it. Inside is better than outside. Trust me. The AC is real cool. Really cool. Then there are the meals. Canned food, dry food, whatever I want. And companionship from people and other cats. The dogs I could live without. Seriously. Few of them just can't keep their mouths off us cats. Oh, and the really nice soft places to sleep. A cat could really get so used to this life. Nah, not so much. Did you listen to what I just described to you? Would you want to go live outside? Hmm, well, maybe roaming. Come and go as I please. Nah, not really. Being my own cat, not in comparison to the binnies of inside. Solitude? No. I can find hidey places to get solitude if I want it inside. But trust me, if you've been outside as long as I have, you will not miss solitude. Sure, it's FIV, feline immunodeficiency virus. It's like HIV in people, but they say it can't be transmitted to people. At the moment, it hasn't. I live my life same as before. I don't feel sick or nothing, but not all cats will just have FIV. Some get feline AIDS. There's no cure, and you will die from the complications. I just can't bite nobody, 'cause it's transmitted through deep puncture wounds. So the other cats can't tick me off. No, not really. They've done some research on it, found that I can eat, drink, play, and sleep with the others. It's mainly just fighting. Fighting males get it most. Like I said, deep puncture wounds and all. So, fighting, causing injury, deep puncture wounds with fangs can be deadly. Believe me, if playing appears to get out of hand and we start the kitty roll, they're on top of us, splitting us up, making sure I didn't sink my fangs into nobody. Yeah, I was. Well, I was thirsty a lot and peeing outside the litter box. My people noticed and brought me to the vet. They had the vet run some blood work, including a test called a T4. The T4 is for the thyroid. It was high, so they put me on some drug called methimazole. I have to go back in about a month to be retested to see if the meds are working. I don't mind the meds. They put it in a treat, so all's cool. Yes, sirree. It is definitely cool. People can be weird, though. They have dogs. Don't see any for them critters, but they like 'em. I've gotten used to them. As long as they don't bother me, I'm fine. I think this life, even with the dogs, is much better than what I had outside, though. I can curl up in a nice place and sleep, get attention whenever I want it, eat canned food, not just dried up stuff riddled with fire ants and roaches. Yeah, this is the life. Every critter should have this. Yeah, if you're in search of a forever friend, be sure to check out your local shelter or rescue and save a life. Well, you're welcome. Now, back to my catnip video, and then a nap. And we'll catch y'all later. Pause, y'all.